Today I'll be reading from Revelation chapter 2, verses 4 to 6. Wait, no, 5 to 6. Remember therefore, where you have fallen, repent and do the works that you did at first. If not, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place unless you repent. Yet this you have. You hate the works of Nicolaitations, which I also hate. I probably mispronounced that, my bad. He who hears, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. To the one who conquers, I will grant to eat the tree, which is in paradise with God. So, oh, so they need what God's saying is here is they need to remember where they have fallen. So, what I see this is we as Christians need to see where we have fallen to, and then repent, and remember it. That's why it says remember therefore where you have fallen, because if we remember our mistakes we can learn from it. We need to learn from our mistakes. So that's why it says remember where you have fallen and repent and do the works you did at first. So basically start working, like do things to help you not do the same mistakes. Then it says, if not, I will come and remove your lampstone from its place unless you repent. This indicates here that if they don't do what God just says, I know your works until wait no, because earlier it says, but this I have against you, that you have abandoned your first love. That has first. Basically, it's saying if they don't repent, God will punish them and make the church. He will keep the church, but he'll remove the church, like the literal building and stuff like that. Remove it and make it fall apart and vanish. The church will still exist, but like not literally. I don't know how else to explain. Like the church won't be there. God will remove the church. But then he gives a light note saying, Yet this you hate. You hate the works of the Nicolaites, which basically are the people who did sexual immorality and didn't keep their lives pure. So that's what he meant by the Nicholas. And we should probably do the same thing because God says that. Who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the seven churches. This says it in almost every church. It says this near the end, and then it says what it has to say. The one who conquers, I will grant each to eat of the tree of life. The tree of life was originally in the Garden of Eden. Then God removed it from the Garden of Eden so we wouldn't be condemned forever in hell. So that's a little context about the tree of life. But the one who probably the reason why he did that is because God, before he came, there was no way to go to heaven. So if we ate it, we would be eternally stuck in hell. But since he removed it, once he came, and if you believe, we'll all be in heaven, because it says, which is in the paradise of God. The paradise of God is heaven. So obviously, using that context, if you go to heaven, you'll live forever in heaven, obviously, because you eat of the tree of life. So you'll be forever in heaven, and there's nowhere to fall. So this gives a context saying the tree of life is near God's throne room. People will probably commonly eat here and hear God's messages and stuff like that. So we will all obviously eat from the tree of life, probably. Even if we don't all eat at the tree of life, we're all going to live forever. We're in heaven, but we know where the tree of life was in the middle of the Garden of Eden and where it went to heaven. So that's kind of what it indicates here. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.